Hello and welcome to the inaugural vlog podcast. I'm not really sure what we're going to call it yet, but we're going to call it something. We'll figure out what we're going to call it. Right now it's just going to be me, and it's just going to be me playing World of Tanks on your screen. So if you want to put this behind something else and work on something else and just listen to the dulcet tones of my voice, you're welcome to it. We will eventually move to a visual medium of my face and possibly the face of guests. Certainly some voice guests, if nothing else, if I can't get face guests. But this is the beginning of the vlog podcast, whatever you want to call it. I'll probably call it a podcast. What are we going to cover on our podcast? Well, it's going to be pretty much whatever I feel like covering, really. Things that are going on the channel, things that are going on with me, things that are going on with the greater, what I'm going to call Teddy Bear Broadcasting, which is myself, DOS, Fadman, Stocko to some degree. Things going on in the industry. Basically, whatever I feel like talking about because it's my show. How about that? So let's hop right into it. Let's start with my birthday. Thank you all very, very much for all of the birthday wishes, both on Facebook and on Twitter and on YouTube. I really do appreciate it. I have to be honest. I am a very, I wouldn't say shy. I'm an extremely reserved person, and it kind of freaked me out, all of you people. Yeah, there are a lot of you out there. Y'all kind of freaked me out a little bit. It didn't help that I had absolutely no sleep the night before, so like partway through the day, I was just so over getting any communication from anybody that I actually turned off my work phone. Found out the next day my boss was trying to call me, but that's a different problem altogether. But thank you. Seriously, thank you for the birthday wishes. They are appreciated. And I will try to be less of a reserved person. It's just who I am. All right, so there's the happy news out of the way, right? There's actually a lot of happy news, but I want to touch on something that happened. It was brought to my attention last week. And I'll be honest, it ticked me off. And I hope that whoever did it has already apologized. Because, okay, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the start and end at the end. I did a mod spotlight in Farming Simulator 2013 on a bunch of semi-trucks from Duke Farming. I was critical of them, some of them, some more than others. That is because I'm a critical person. I do my mod spotlights as a critique of the mod. So, thereby, it would be a place where you would find critical opinion. But I'm not just critical of people who make mods. I'm critical of myself. In fact, I'm highly critical of myself. I hate a lot of what I do. A lot of my audio, it's like, oh, I need to fix this, I need to fix that. Yes, I know, I do need to fix a lot of it. The mixer board is still a work in progress. My video, oh man, don't even get me started on the number of times I'm like, oh, I should have edited that out, or I should have edited that out. I am an extremely critical person overall. But it's constructive, except for when it's targeted at myself, and then it's usually deconstructive, but that's just me looking at myself. I was not happy with 3 of the semis that Duke Farming put out. And I said as much. And I had every right to say as much. And that's really the end of me defending myself on that. But when I found out that a large number of my subscribers or viewers, maybe it's not subscribers, maybe it's just viewers, I really don't care. But a number of them went to Duke Farming's website, signed up for a forum account, and went after him. Are you kidding me? To the point that, was it Thursday, Friday? I don't even remember the day. You could go look up my angry statements on Twitter, and that would be the day that I found out about it. His website was down that day. He had taken his site down. You people had driven him to the point that he had taken down his site and just shut down. And I contacted him, thanks to, I should have had the name. I can't remember your name. You know exactly who you are. You can go look at the video. You actually see me having a conversation with him. Thanks to him, I was able to get in contact with Duke And we had a conversation over email, and I think he understood, I hope he understood where I was coming from. Thankfully, I'm happy to report that he hooked up with the American Eagle. I'm looking, trying to read my email, but I can't actually see where I put it. I believe it was the American Eagle modding group. His website is back up and functioning again, with, I think, probably a little bit more control in place. A few more controls to get rid of some of the little hoodlums that are running around. Let me make something really, really, really clear. Don't ever attack a mod author over something I say. Everything I say is, okay, not everything. Most of what I say is intended to be constructive criticism. Fix this, fix that. I don't like the windows here. I don't like the fuzzy tail there, whatever. If it's fixed, then I'm like, yay, it's fixed, woohoo! We can throw a party. The V2 Ford was an example. I didn't like some stuff. The author fixed it. Now, I don't like other things, but that's a different problem altogether. I mean, things like that happen. But if the authors watch my videos as constructive criticism, if you're an author and you watch my videos as constructive criticism, that is what they are meant to as. If you are my viewer and you are not a mod author and you go attack a mod author, I don't want you as a viewer. I don't want you as a subscriber. Okay? So if you feel the need to tear somebody down because you can't live your life, then go away. All right? If you want to view my videos as a critique and say, I'll take that mod, or I don't really want that mod, maybe I'll wait for V2, then great. Please come, watch my videos, comment, form a community of people who want really good mods. But don't go attacking mod authors. If it happens again, I'm done with Farming Simulator mods. I already get enough crap in my comments and in personal messages to me off of just about every single one of my mod spotlights. I don't care. I'm a honey badger. I don't really care. In the end, I can turn off my comments and not care. But don't let me find out you guys are going and attacking mod authors. Of course, knowing that because I pointed this out, some of you are going to act like a bunch of little hoodlums and go and do that because this is the day of the modern internet and everyone thinks that they're all that in a bag of Doritos. And you're not. Nobody really is. Don't worry. I'll just call friends at the NSA. We'll find out who you are. I'm kidding. I don't have any friends at the NSA. If I did, I'd make sure that they weren't spying on me. Ha ha ha. Anyway. All right, let's stop with the Duke farming rant. I'm glad he is back. His site is back. His mods are back. He's still progressing, making some new mods, I believe. He's working with the another modding group, so maybe clean up some of the stuff. We did talk about the bullnose. He's like, I can't. He told me the problem with the bullnose, the reason it has that invisible nose, is because that's where the weight is, so that the physics are correct. And he's working with other mod authors to try to figure out how to correct that. That's great. When it's done, I'm gonna love it because I really, 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 really like that bullnose. All right. I said I was gonna be done with it, and then I kept going. Whatever. What else going on? PAX Prime should be. When is this video going up? This video is going up on the 20th. So in 1 week and 1 day, me and Das are on a plane into Seattle. Next week, we'll talk a little bit more about PAX Prime, probably. I might get her to talk a little bit about it as well. Maybe go over. Well, actually, I'll go over a little bit some of the stuff that we're considering attending. There's a lot of conferences going on. We're considering attending many of them. We do have badges for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We do not have Monday badges because some of us actually have to be back to work, which sucks, but that is the way it goes. Yeah, so PAX Prime is going to be a big deal. Definitely follow me on Twitter. There will be a video probably the 28th, maybe? Maybe the 29th. I'll figure it out. One of those days, you will see us for the first time. I'm going to do a stand-up is what we call it in the industry. I'm going to do a stand-up somewhere in Seattle. Then you'll see what we look like. You can also follow us on Twitter throughout the entire show to find out where we are. I can't promise you I check my Twitter all the time, but I will be pretty consistent about, hey, I'm over at this booth standing in line for this game, or I'm over at this place playing this game, or I'm over here making cosplay costumes with these people, whatever. I don't know what I'll be doing. I do have in front of me the full rundown of the various conventions or talks that are going on. There's a lot of stuff on here that we're going to go to. A lot of it y'all probably won't be all that interested in. I'm sorry. But there's a lot of stuff that me and Doss are both very passionate about in terms of video gaming and the video game community. So we definitely are going to go to a lot of that stuff. Does Story Matter in Video Games on Friday at 11:30 in Kraken. We'll probably be there. Gender Diversity in Gaming, Now What, in Kraken at 1 p.m. on Friday. The Rise of the Indies in the Wolfman Theater at 2:30 on Friday. Just kind of looking here. Definitely one thing I am doing, I am going to go to the Game Station podcast. I'm hoping to hunt down Total Biscuit, shake his hand, thank him for all of the work he has done in our industry. If you are at PAX and you run into Total Biscuit, shake his hand and thank him, because he does a lot of good for the industry as a whole. Sure, not everyone agrees with him, but he's doing what he can to point out the good and the bad of our industry. And the more people we have doing that, the better our industry gets. So I'm going to their podcast on Friday night. Let's see. Video Games and Medicine. I don't know who. That must have been Doss who highlighted that one. Everything We Know is Sexist. Now What? At Wolfman at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday. Really? That has to be her as well. Crafting Minecraft, the Future of Gaming is Open Source Culture, Raven Theater at 4 p.m. on Saturday. That actually sounds pretty good. There's a Magic the Gathering standard format at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Yeah, probably not. Looking at Saturday night actually might... Saturday night might be a night where I will post where me and Doss are, and anybody who is in the Seattle area can come and hang out with us. Because it doesn't look like there's a lot right now on Saturday night. So maybe that's what I'm going to do. I don't know yet. OC Remix, Video Game Music Community of Sheer Awesomeness, Wolfman, Sunday, 1:30 p.m. I definitely think I'm going to show up to that one. Any of my followers who are also on YouTube or doing Twitch streaming, Sunday, 3:30 p.m. with Unicorn Theater. Web video for gamers, how to make your live streaming and on-demand video content awesome. So there's some of what's going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. Plus, of course, there's the entire convention floors. There are many of them. Keeps getting it's gotten about as big as it can actually get in the Washington State Convention Center. People keep asking if they're going to move. I hope they never do. I do like Seattle. Let's talk about the channel, because there's a lot going on with the channel. There's a lot going on in general in our lives and everything else. Series. There's going to be some series shuffles. Expect disturbance in the force. Unfortunately. I have a new job. So Friday. Yeah, the day after my birthday. The day after my birthday, I accepted a new position. So I'm actually going to be changing jobs, which does mean there are going to be changes. Prior to my job I was doing, I was on the road probably 98% of the time. Literally in something like the month of August, I would have been home like 3 days. In the job I did before, the one I just had. Yeah. Whatever. I went from that to a job that was all at home, and that allowed me to start the channel. Now I'm moving to another job. It's not like these were like consecutive months or anything. It's like years between these positions, but I'm moving to another job that's looking at 25% travel, 25-35%. So what does that mean for the channel? Well, it doesn't mean I'm stopping the channel, that's for sure. I'm really enjoying the channel, and I'm enjoying the growth. But what it does mean is more and more of what you see is going to be pre-done. Meaning, for instance, right now, August and September, yeah, most of August and September are done. Why? Well, they're done because of PAX and Eurogamer. Well, that's probably going to be more of the norm than the exception going forward. Some series like Farming Sim probably are more like closer to day of production, but more and more I'm going to be doing stuff in advance. What does that mean for you? Well, be patient. If you suggest that I do some tractor and I don't do that tractor for a month and a half, don't get mad at me. It's not going to do anything other than me go, well, I don't feel like doing that tractor now. Because I've probably done an entire month or more in advance. It's just, if you want content, that is how it's going to have to be. It also does mean there are going to be some changes. Flight Sim is probably going to go from 2 times a week to 1 time a week. It's easy to do, and I really enjoy it. I know it's not the highest viewer. Some people have asked me, oh, get rid of that one because it's not your highest view count. No, but I enjoy it, so, meh. Farm Sim mods. Those might go down to 1 a week. I say might. And the reason being, we're running into a position now where really good mods aren't quite as constant. And I might also change slightly. I don't know. I'm still seeing. I'm going to be kind of checking out if this is going to work for me, but I might actually pre-test the mods. So I might actually make sure that they're not derp, like that KS6, KS9 thing, which was not a very good mod at all. And in honesty, when you think about, that was what, a 20-minute video? That cost me about an hour and change of time. I could have tested it in like 2 minutes, realized it was not good, and moved on. So that is what I'm considering. I don't know if I'll do it, because in the end, I'm rather lazy when it comes to things like that. Let's talk about commercials on the channel too, because I was running a test in part of August. I was putting on long videos, meaning videos that were over 35 minutes usually. I was putting a commercial break in the middle, or not putting it, but authorizing it, meaning some people saw it, some people didn't. And I got negative feedback on that. Well, that kind of, I can't say it surprised me, but it does make me roll my eyes. I work in broadcasting, so I understand commercials, and I understand why they're there. That you don't want to watch 15 seconds, 30 seconds in the middle just baffles me on a 45-minute video. But because people don't want it, I'll turn it off for September. What are we doing long-term with the channel? Long-term with the channel, I don't know. I want to grow it. I want to make it better. I do need to fix some audio issues. I know. Some of you really like some of the content. Some of you hate the content. Some of the content. At some point, Farming Simulator 2013 does have to go away, because 2013 will go away, if you catch my drift there. I know that Giant is probably going to look at 2015 for the next release. That doesn't mean I'm going to play 2013 all the way through 2014. So we do have to consider at some point Farming Simulator needs to be replaced. It will not be replaced with a UIG game, because I will not tolerate their terrible bugs and their terrible support. If you want UIG stuff, go to somebody with a heck of a lot more patience like Fadman. So with that in mind, we're going to have to replace Farming Sim eventually. I'm not saying right now. I'm not saying by December. I'm just saying we need to consider it in the future. Need to figure out what we're doing, what you really want to see with Minecraft. Which reminds me, I hope you're really enjoying the Minecraft. Next episode is tomorrow. What else do I have going on my channel? I can't even remember. Grand Theft Auto will be over when it's over. Ballad of Gay Tony and The Lost is going to be maybe when I have time. LA Noire. Is LA Noire. It's Mystery Monday. Flight sim is flight sim. It's going to go down to 1 a day. Simulator Sunday, well, I don't know what to say about that chemical spillage simulation. Oh my goodness. I do have another one. It is very different than chemical spillage simulation. It's just waiting in the wings until you guys are tired of it or I'm tired of chemical spillage simulation. Anyway, all right, so that's really the future of the channel. I'm looking long-term replacement for Farming Sim. Of course, that could be something that comes out first quarter 2014 for all I know, but just my thoughts on that. Now, some of you have asked how to get in contact with me and DOS, other than Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and email. Some of you want to send things. I'm honestly not sure how I feel about that, but I do have a Dropbox for you to send things to. I'm going to put the address down below in the description. Don't send perishables. Don't send food. Don't send illegal things. Behave. If you don't behave, I'll just turn it off, like I'll do with anything else. But if you feel like sending letters, postcards, what have you, you don't have to send gifts. I don't need gifts. Keep your money. Really. Yeah. But the address is in the description down below. You can send things if you so desire. Just postcards is fine. You can just send postcards. I'm cool with that. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching World of Tanks down below, or down below. I have a screen cap running on the bottom, so I know what's going on. It's not down below; it's on the screen in front of your face. I hope you've been enjoying my World of Tanks fiascos. I hope you enjoy this podcast. Next week is the run-up to PAX. We might have more PAX Priminess, PAX Prime goodness going on. Maybe I'll make DOS talk some on the microphone as well. After that, I don't know how often this will happen. It certainly, I certainly want to make it more of a regular feature on the channel. Maybe not on Tuesdays, but somewhere. I'll think about it. But I do want to start talking more about video games, what's going on in the industry, and what's going on at large. So, there we go. Our first podcast, Teddy Bear podcast. Teddy Bear podcast. You can't say that very fast. I promise. You can try, but you'll end up mucking it up. So, until next time, this is DerTebbers. Keep on gaming.